Okay, I'm going to soak at about 76 degrees today. And you know the routine, I'm just going to make sure I blend the clays and oils, sodium lactate really well before I add the lye. Just pour the lye solution. I really love chai tea. Been drinking a lot of that lately. Cold mornings. Still remember waiting in line to go see the Taj Mahal. It was really cold that morning. Big crowd trying to get in to see the Taj Mahal. So beautiful. And our guide went and disappeared and decided to bring back hot cups full of delicious chai tea. That was the best chai tea I've ever had. I'm just blending to emulsification, and we're there. Okay, so let me get my small amounts of color first. It's a nice brown. And white, because I'm going to use them differently. This is a white mica, and I hope it makes it nice and white. I have some titanium dioxide already set up to add if I need it. I can smell the fragrance oil in this jar next to me. It smells good. I think I'm going to have some chai tea right after I make the soap. And carefully pour this mix. It's like a nice reddish brown, just to add some warmth to the brown. And I made a really weak mix of micas for this one. It's that same brown and some gold. And I just looked online because I read everybody's comments. Someone said, wow, you haven't seen the Clyde slide for a long time. So I thought maybe that's what I'll do for this one. Because of the slight vanillin content in this, it's going to turn a little bit brown, and I'm going to let that do some of the color work for me. So let me add the fragrance to this. I'm going to leave the whites alone. You can see the color of that fragrance. Let's blend the big amounts first. Okay, that's perfect. If I used any more of this brown mica, it would have been really dark brown. So with the fragrance, it's going to turn perhaps a little bit more brown. Slightly different color there, like a little bit of red. That's pretty much what I wanted to. My gold. So everything's behaving, and I'm going to blend 2 of my smaller amounts. And 1 of the whites. I think we're ready to go. So I'm going to wipe out my original bowl and do the Clyde slide preparation in there. So let's start off with this brown. I'm going to pour from this spout, so I'm going to pour some of this there. Some of that chocolate milk color again. Stirring this is getting thick, so I want it to pour nicely. Pour that right there. And repeat. You see what I'm going for with these colors. I don't want them to be too contrasting. And I want to use all this light color here. Now this is going to go in first. As you can see, it's closest to the pouring spout. So it's getting glopped in there, and I'm not worried about that because by the time the rest of the colors fall on that, we're not going to see any of that agitation. Okay, so let's pour this. It looks delicious, doesn't it? So just under the surface, I want this white to swirl. So let me just pour that on top. Got more of it on one side, so let's move some of that over. And we'll do a spoon swirl. I think you get the idea. The idea that there's milk in this chai tea. I'm going to do another round, digging a little deeper. I'm going to cover some of that up. And I've really been enjoying the piping. So although there's not going to be any piping done on the soap, I've already made some embeds using a star tip. And some of this. It's a great color. Use a spoon to smooth this out. I'm going to spread a thin layer of this brown on top. It's like chocolate. Well, right now I'm pleased that I remembered all the steps that I was trying to write in my notes, but there's so many steps, it's hard to read all those notes as I'm making soap, so this is what I wanted to do. Okay, and lastly I'm going to blend some of this white. This is a white mica, and although it does have some titanium dioxide in it, I didn't know how white it was going to become, so let me add some of that titanium dioxide there to get it a little more white. And you can see I've made some markings. Make sure that I get this little circle of white. Okay, this consistency was pretty good there, and I have a bamboo, not a bamboo, but I've got a bamboo skewer, and I want to make a little heart. And finally, I have my star anise embeds that I made with piping, and put that in each bar area. It's dusted with a little bit of gold glitter. It looks pretty random what I'm doing, but I'm trying to put these embeds where it won't interfere with the white hearts. Well, we got that done, and I have in this little shaker some gold mica. As you see, it needs a little something. Yeah, just a little dusting of this makes it pop. Okay, so this is my chai tea, cold processed soap, and we'll bring you back for the cut. Okay, let's cut this chai tea soap. I lost one of the embeds because I was a klutz, but that bar will be mine. So I just put a little bit of brown, and let the soap color mingle with it. For example, this is the brown mica that I use, but without a whole bunch of the mica, and so it's pretty bright. But yeah, I'm really happy, and just that little thin layer of brown up there was necessary because I wanted that white swirl on top to really pop. And two things I wanted to have pop, but it's kind of unfortunately I couldn't do both, is to have a white background if this was going to pop, this brown embed, but I thought it was more important to simulate the top of a nice cappuccino or chai. So to brighten it up, I used some of that mica powder or gold glitter. So yeah, the subtle soaps are more tricky, at least for me to plan out. So I gave this one a lot of thought, and I'm still interested in seeing how it's gonna age with time, like a fine wine, in this case a fine cup of chai. And we're coming up on the piece that I lost the embed. It's going to be a little fragile to ship these. I'll just make sure I insulate it well. See the little flecks of gold in it too. Let me see if I can bring you up close to that. Yes, like there was the gold shimmer mica that I used mixed with this Aborigine amber gold, and I can see the gold reflection inside that brown, and it's really nice to see. Show you the top again. Really like how that turned out, and it smells awesome. So when I was making it, I think I told you that I think I told you during the making of that the scent of this made me want to have some chai tea, so guess what I did? I had some chai tea. That's really pretty. It's like a marble. There's actually a lot going on in this, but all the colors are very similar to each other. So it doesn't knock you out with being too busy. And it can't be, because I think the idea of chai tea is to be very calming. So you don't want something that knocks you out with its contrast. How many of you out there like chai tea? Or what's your warm beverage of choice? I like coffee too. It's pretty. Thanks again for watching and subscribing. Visiting my Instagram as well. Been making a bunch of soap lately. It's got such a smooth look to it. Thanks for the really kind comments. I try to respond to all of them, and I really appreciate it. Can't wait to share with you some of the other soaps I've made. So the raw footage is just waiting for me to edit them. And this is the last cut, so say goodbye to you now, and we'll see you on the next video. Okay, take care everyone. Bye.